We are staying on top of breaking news tonight. Colt Gray will spend the rest of his life in prison after he was sentenced to life without parole for the Apalachee High School shooting. Good evening and thanks for watching and streaming 11/11. I'm Jennifer Bellamy.
And I'm Faith Jesse. And about an hour ago, the 16-year-old was placed in handcuffs nearly 2 years after this shooting. That shooting happened on September 4th, 2024. It took the lives of Christian Angulo, Mason Schermerhorn, 2 students, Christina Irmi, and Coach Ricky Aspinwall, 2 staff members there at the school. 11 Live's Grace King joining us live from outside the Barrow County Courthouse.
So, Grace, tonight, immediately following that sentence being handed down, we heard from the district attorney. What did he have to say?
District Attorney Brad Smith said this was a hard case to bring because a lot of the evidence was that Colt really idolized previous school shooters and looked up to them. He had left what District Attorney Brad Smith called Easter eggs in his crime. And he said that Colt did not have a single original thought while planning out this shooting and instead mimicked the actions of these people he idolized. Some of the people, these people have taken the lives of so many in the schools. District Attorney Brad Smith, he said it was really disturbing to uncover a lot of this evidence and that he had a hard time bringing that forward to show, this evidence that Colt had obsessed with. Colt had watched other school shooters' trials. He had obsessed over the details and the evidence in this online Discord true crime community. And DA Smith, he said there was a tough balance between bringing this case and encouraging or putting this evidence out there for that true crime community. But he said at the end of the day, he wants people to know that this true crime community exists. It's a very dark place, and it has people like Colt who are at risk of carrying out very serious shootings with very serious consequences.
What I would like society to take away from this, and this was something that I didn't know existed, was this true crime community that's out there and the insidiousness of it. Whenever there's a mass shooting, I've noticed people are always wondering, well, do they vote for Trump or do they vote for Harris? Do they believe in this or do they believe in that? And that's us adults thinking, why would someone do this? But what I realized was with this true crime community, they don't have an ideology. They're not progressive. They're not conservative. They're just nihilistic. And they want to just cause harm and pain. And they revel in that. And so I want everyone to realize this is not harmless. The things they're doing online are not harmless. And we need to pay attention to when these kids start doodling these things on their notebooks and putting them on their backpacks and doing these things and putting pictures on their wall. Who is that person you just put on your wall? Why are they on your wall?
Yeah, so Grace, the district attorney also talked a lot about Colin Gray's case, the father here, and how that trial prepped them for this case. What did he say on that?
Well, the dad's trial, they went through a lot of the evidence already, not Colt-specific Discord messages, but things like the school shooter's shrine. They knew he had this obsession and that he had told his dad with that. They knew that Colt struggled with mental health and their different ideas that Colt had expressed to his dad. Colin's trial focused on what his dad knew, how his dad handled it, and what his dad could have stopped. So they already knew a lot of these warning signs when they went through Colt's trial. However, the DA said when they started going through the evidence in Colt's case, it was just so much worse than they ever could have imagined. There was no remorse for what he had done. He had truly, as you heard the DA say, taken joy in killing other people. And he just said it was a very dark case, that he was very just upset to look through the evidence and find. But of course, Colt will face now the rest of his life in prison. Colin's sentencing, the dad, he will be sentenced on Thursday. We expect to hear from a lot of the families again. He's facing anywhere from time served. He has been in jail for almost 2 years now since this shooting took place, up to more than 100 years in prison. So he's also looking potentially at the rest of his life in jail as well.
All right, Grace King live for us. Certainly very, very hard day for everyone. Thank you so much for bringing us the latest.